Good morning, parishioners of St. Lawrence. You may be aware of recent communications from the governor and our bishop regarding the reopening of churches here in Illinois. The bishop sent some general guidelines to pastors, including the necessary steps each parish will be required to implement before it is authorized to reopen, and to what degree. Each parish must be certified by the diocese before they can reopen for services. There are still some guidelines to be determined and approved. We will keep you informed of what they are. Our goal is to open as soon as possible and to the largest extent as possible. It's often the case that 20% of members volunteer to do 80% of the work. I'm very grateful that St. Lawrence has had many dedicated volunteers who have year after year given their time to the church. In fact, many of them could easily say, "My time is done. I have put in my time. Let somebody else do it." But they don't. Many of our volunteers are in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s. They are at risk for COVID-19, and we cannot endanger their health by continuing to rely on their volunteer efforts. St. Lawrence needs new and younger volunteers to help us transition from lockdown to restored use of the church. If you are able, we need you. We need you to volunteer to perform a task or even tasks for our reopening plan. Please be on the lookout for ways to volunteer and sign up. The need to mitigate health risks will also require us and every other parish to change the way we are doing things. For example, the way we gather in church, the way we sit in church, the way we interact in church, and the way we receive communion in church. We're committed to keeping you fully informed. We will use every platform available to us to communicate with you. We urge you to completely read the information we publish to make yourselves aware of the new policies and directives on how we are to proceed. The reopening of churches will proceed in phases, and thus mass attendance will be limited, especially at first. You will need to sign up, whether online or by phone, in order to secure a spot for weekend masses. We will provide training if needed. Every attempt will be made to do this fairly and equitably. More details will follow. The target opening date for weekend mass is May 30th. It is likely that only 10 parishioners will be allowed in for each mass at this time. Please be aware that Bishop Malloy's dispensation from attending weekend mass, per his letter dated April 9th, 2020, has been extended indefinitely until public masses are once again allowed in the Rockford Diocese. The bishop's letter also indicates that there will be clear notification of any changes to that dispensation. In our state, there's a wide spectrum of opinions about the effectiveness of mandated health precautions. We are governed by the guidelines set forth by the Diocese of Rockford. Please know that the bishop will demand everyone to follow the new guidelines, as this will be a condition for certification for St. Lawrence to reopen and stay open. Undoubtedly, these new conditions will give all of us many opportunities to sacrifice and show our St. Lawrence charity and family spirit with one another. As we prepare ourselves and our parish to be ready for this challenge, let us be aware that many people are donating their time and making great sacrifices so that our parish can open to as many parishioners as quickly as possible. Everyone's patience understanding, gratitude, and kind speech will go a long way to make St. Lawrence Parish shine like a beacon on the hill that Christ wants it to be. God bless you all, and you'll be hearing a lot from me and from my team in the coming weeks.